What is up, you guys? Razor here, and there is a huge update that may just be coming to Apex. Now, we all have that one friend who has a terrible internet connection and is always lagging out, getting crashes, code leaks, you name it. He's always just dropping out of your match right at the start, and there's nothing you can do about it. You gotta play the rest of the game out with your one other buddy, and he has to sit in the lobby and just wait for you to finish the game. Which sucks, especially in ranked when RP's on the line. So, that is an absolutely awful feeling. But, there's some awesome news. According to a Respawn developer, we may just be getting a new quality of life update that gives us the ability to reconnect to games. Disconnect errors have plagued Respawn's mega popular Battle Royale since it was released in February last year. The notorious code leaf error to net issues. Every Apex fan will have their own disconnect horror stories. There were rumors in the game's early days a reconnect feature was actually already in the works. A supposed patch containing the fix was even leaked by Mixer star Shroud, but it never landed on the live servers. Instead, Respawn devs simply offered up solutions for how not to leave the game. Fans had their hopes dashed again in a March 8th update when former community voice Jay Frechet admitted the feature had too many risks. Worry no more, however. More than 13 months later, we have been seeing the Apex devs are finally working on a reconnect feature for the Battle Royale. Even better, it's set to arrive on online servers real soon. The good news came after pro player Mac Abriel took to Twitter to complain about lag issues. The team solo mid-star found himself frozen mid-tournament. He was slapped with a game-breaking code rock soon after. It made sense Respawn would be looking to solve this highly requested demand ahead of the game's push into Season 5. With tons of new content on the horizon, the devs may want to get all their ducks in order in preparation. Reconnect capabilities aren't the only long-awaited changes coming soon either. Fast-talking legend Mirage is also finally getting a buff after spending more than 14 months locked in the tier list cellar, according to Respawn's balance team. A pretty unusual Apex Legends bug is turning Gibraltar's dome of protection invisible and trapping players inside of it until the ring swallows them whole. Though plenty of new characters have been introduced in Apex Legends, many of the starter legends are still fan favorites. That includes Gibraltar, however you want to say it, the shielded fortress. The defensive legend is all about protecting the team. Be through his own gun shield, the dome of protection, or the defensive bombardment ultimate. However, it appears as if there is a pretty major problem with this dome, as players have found that they're seemingly unable to leave the dome when the ring is closing in on them. The Gibraltar player was able to pick up the loot that was on the floor and run around in a tight space, but once they reached where the edge of the dome would be, the defensive character would start climbing as if a wall was in their way. Having one of the final circles closing in on them while being stuck inside proved to be a recipe for disaster for Light Prism, as they were eliminated from the game, only being able to watch on as their enemies sprinted past them. Some players suggested that the Redditor had actually become stuck in an invisible wall due to a clipping issue with the set of rocks behind them, though others weren't so sure that was the case, adding that there had to be a new problem with Gibraltar's dome shield instead. While members of the Respawn have previously commented on the similar issues on the subreddit, they haven't chimed in on this one, so we'll just have to wait and see if they got a bug to fix the Gibraltar or with the Kings Canyon map. So, it looks like we got a lot of news coming up, guys. We got a new feature to fix the disconnect feature. Sorry, not feature, obviously. Disconnect problem in Apex Legends. That's been around since day one. Mirage is finally getting looked at for a buff, which is well needed, and there's a game-breaking Gibraltar dome shield glitch. So, we basically just have to wait and see if we get this feature. I really, really hope, and if I were to assume when we get it, would be Season 5, Day 1, we get this disconnect feature, so that rank can be taken more seriously, and the game will just run a whole lot smoother than it does today. So, if you guys learned anything, be sure to hit that sub button. If you haven't already, join my Discord, because YouTube will not tell you when I drop a new video, but I will in my Discord, so be sure to join me there. And this gameplay I have for you guys is nothing too crazy, just 14, 15 kill game with the gold 301 mainly, and we just pop off. So hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!
I'm on the list to get hosted by God, I'm on a PC.
What should happen when you don't have a PC?
No, you have to have a base game. That's... As soon as I'm hosted, I will have probably 2,000 extra followers. And it has yet to get a sub. Typically, most people will get 100, 200 new subs. Fucking all, you know, I like your stream, you're a friend of mine, and you know, she fucking ruined that shit. But now she's messaging me and liking all my shit on Instagram.
I was just about to pass it, but it would have been a too soon comment. Would have been way too soon. Hey Blizzard, thanks for the gifted subs, I'll see you later. Respect for you. Like,
it's weird or not.
how I am now is how I am all the time.
Yeah,
this is
I'm
me.
talking like I can't be that. I'm so fucking depressed right now. Like,
Yeah.
Quarantine does to you. I want to be a mum. Apparently I'd be making a really good mum, but I'm like, I never pictured myself being a mum or getting married until I got back together with my man. See, I used to date with Wheat Bricks in high school. I dated him for like 4 days. Chickened out, he was my best friend. You know, like that fear of like fucking things like my best friend. I've known him since 2009. Since 2009. We started dating in 2010. And then I left 2011 to move across Australia. And then biggest mistake of my life.
it all worked out.
Yeah. Then I moved back home. I think it was like 2 years later. Me and Wheat Bricks reconnected by my doing. We literally spent a week talking till 4 o'clock in the morning, laughing our heads off. It was so good. And then he was going to come down for a weekend just to see me, and he asked me out that day that he was supposed to come down. And we've been together for 2 years now. Yeah.
Aww.
So he is my ride or die.
Don't mind me. I'm gonna go puke now.
So yeah, I've once in my life I am in a happy stable relationship to the point that it is actually fixing my mentality. I was in an abusive mentally abusive relationship. I cannot talk. I'm going to bed.
Really?
Yeah, because I used to do acting when I was in Queensland, Australian state, I don't know that. And I was doing acting workshops, and from that you end up receiving an agent who is coming to run one of the workshops. No, I got asked to do a reenactment of murder scene for live television. 60 minutes. But there was nudity. So, my boyfriend at the time, he was severely autistic, and he did not want to have a bar of it. I was explaining things of how they would do it, and whatnot. And instead of being supportive, he got so angry with me that he turned around and said to his mum, "Mum, cover your car. I'm going to see the stupid fucking bitch on the road." And that is the day that I found out that he threw his